Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a spring break week in my life at home.
¿Por qué tienes que cargar con ese maldito saco de piedras? ¿Por Dios? ¿Por qué sí? Por Dios. Está bien. Te daré información de primera mano acerca de Dios. A Dios le gusta observar. Es un budista.
So I'm at home for spring break right now. I'm at my parents' house. I got tested and then came home over the weekend, and now I will be here for the whole week. This week I am hoping for it to be like a relaxing but productive week. I want to catch up on some schoolwork that I had fallen behind on while I was at school, and I want to write some of my research paper that I'm doing as part of my research program. And of course I want to do a lot of blogging work and a lot of reading as well. So hopefully this is like a productive, slow living kind of weekly vlog. So yeah, let's get into it. Today is Monday, March 15th. I've been on spring break for a couple of days now, but today is like the start of the week. And today I want to get started on all of the things that I need to do throughout this week. I have a bunch of like admin type stuff I need to get done. So I need to take a shower and wash my hair. I need to make my bed. I need to do my morning devotions for the day. I need to make coffee. I need to send a letter. And I need to make a list of the things that I want to do this week. And I need to post on Instagram, reply to Instagram comments, and probably do a load of laundry. And then I also need to do some actual schoolwork. Okay, so it's been several hours. As you can see, I took a shower and I washed my hair. I also mailed my letter that I was going to mail. I made coffee and I commented on Instagram and posted on Instagram. Still haven't done my devotionals yet, but I'm going to do that in a minute. And yeah, while we're here, I wanted to give you guys a little bit of a reading update. Earlier this morning, before I started the vlog, I finished book 4 of the Flavia de Luz series. I'm not actually for sure what it's called, but it has a red cover and I'll put it right here. I'm really enjoying the series so far. It's not the most politically correct. Like, there's a lot of like pretty offensive things about people that are not white, especially in the first book, but the second, third, and fourth books have been less. I have intended to read that series for literally like 6 years at this point, but this time is the first time that I actually have gotten through more than 2 books. And that is because of this app called Libby, which is a ebook and audiobook service through my local library. It's like how you would get a library book, except it's for ebooks and audiobooks, so obviously you don't get like physical copies of either things. It just goes to the Libby app on your phone, and you can read or listen to audiobooks through there. I used to listen to audiobooks a lot when I was a kid, but since I've grown up and like CD players went out of style, I stopped listening to audiobooks. But when I discovered this app, like, I found it really worked for me. So I've been plowing through books and audiobooks. Basically, my method for reading now is I'll check out both the audiobook and the ebook at the same time. They're 2 different listings, so I get both. And then I'll listen to the audiobook whenever like I'm doing dishes or like walking or that kind of stuff. And then if I have time to read, then I'll open the ebook on my phone and read from there, which is different from a physical book, because a physical book you kind of have to like carry around and you have to like sit down and open it up and read it. And I found that the ebook versions of it work really well for me personally. So that's been working really well. I have at least 4 books I want to finish over spring break. My camera died, so now I'm on my phone while it's charging. I'm not sure where it cut me off at because it just died while I was filming. So basically what I was saying was I have 4 books that I really want to read this week. So the first one is A Curse So Dark and Lonely by Bridget Kemmerer, which I will put right here. It is a Beauty and the Beast telling fantasy. I know there's like knights and like talking horses, I believe. I don't actually know a ton about it because I don't really read like book blurbs before I read the book to make sure like I don't get spoiled. So that is my first choice. That book doesn't have an audiobook, but I did get the ebook on Libby. I will be reading that as an ebook on either my Kindle or my phone at some point this week. The next book I have is also a Libby ebook. It's called Woven in Moonlight by Isabel Ibanez. At least I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce her last name. I have had 2 friends, Haley and Olivia Smith, read this book within the past like month or so, and I'm pretty sure they both really enjoyed it, so I checked it out. Again, this one doesn't have an audiobook, but I do have the ebook of it, so I'll just be reading it on my Kindle or on my phone throughout this week. The third book I do have a physical copy of. It's Unknown Threat by Lynn Blackburn. This is a Christian suspense thriller kind of book. It's about a U.S. Secret Service special agent and a FBI special agent who have to solve a crime together, and then they, fall in love because this is a Christian suspense book. That one I have for review. I usually plow through suspense books pretty quickly, so I'm kind of thinking that might be the first one I read, but I'm not 100% sure yet. So this is the last book that I have. It's an interlibrary loan book, so you don't get the cover, but this is the spine, and I'll pop the picture of a picture of the cover up right here. It's Being Toffee by Sarah Crossan. And I got it as a ARC on NetGalley like last year whenever it came out, but I never read it, so I checked out the physical book to read and review it. So those are my 4 physical books. I also have Hollow City, which is book 2 of Ransom Riggs's Miss Peregrine's House for Peculiar Children series. I also read the first book on Libby like a week or so ago. That is also like a series with a lot of books, and so I checked out the next one right away as soon as I finished it. So that will be the audiobook that I'm listening to this week. So hopefully I get to all of them. My hopes are pretty high, but we'll see if I actually get done all of them. Good morning. It's Tuesday. Yesterday I didn't end up doing much. I basically watched YouTube and scrolled on my phone for the rest of the day. and I didn't do a ton. But today I have made my iced coffee, as you saw earlier, and today I'm gonna get some work started. My friend Beck and I are doing basically a 24 and 48 readathon starting this morning. I haven't read anything yet, but I do plan to do that today, so I will pick up the camera and let you know when I do that. Anyway, my task for today is to do my laundry and to go through my Notion page and like clean it up some and like make sure I have finished all of the assignments that I need to finish, especially for a class that doesn't have due dates. I want to make sure I'm on top of stuff so I don't, fall really behind. And that's about it for now. So I'll let you know if I start reading, and yeah. Okay, so it's been a few hours. It's in the evening now. I went out driving with my family. I had dinner, and then I also pulled out those sheets from the washer and dryer and folded them, so they're right there. And now I am going to read some. I read a little bit earlier today while I was in the car waiting to pick up one of my siblings. So obviously I didn't film that because I was just reading on my phone really quick while I was waiting. But now I'm going to probably be reading Being Toffee because it's the physical book that I have. So far it's 12 hours in or so to the 24 and 48 mock readathon that we're doing. And I have like 15 minutes. So that's pretty awful. But I'm gonna start doing that right now. And I have gotten about halfway through. I actually chose to read Unknown Threat instead of Being Toffee. And I'm really enjoying this one so far. It's very fast-paced, very suspenseful, very bloody. But I think that's going to be all for tonight, and I'll pick back up tomorrow, hopefully with a better vlog than the past 2 days. Alright, see you tomorrow. Good morning. I just woke up, and so I'm gonna read some, and then I'm gonna go make my coffee and make breakfast. So I've read for about an hour now. I just had breakfast, I made my coffee, and I'm going to read to try to knock out the rest of this book. I'm going driving again in the afternoon, so I'm hopefully going to finish this book before we go driving, and then I'll listen to an audiobook. Okay, so it's been a few hours. I went out driving again. I don't know if I've ever mentioned exactly why I've been driving so much, but basically I don't have my driver's license yet. And so to get your license here in my state, you have to go driving for a certain number of hours. And while I'm at home, obviously my parents have a car, and that's how I'm going to be practicing my driving. So I've been going out driving for 2 hours every afternoon just to get my hours in. So I went driving, and now I'm home again. I don't think I ever updated, but I finished Unknown Threat earlier this morning, and I'm at about 4 hours of reading now. I started A Curse So Dark and Lonely, so the cover of that is right here. I started A Curse So Dark and Lonely by Bridget Kammerer. And I'm pretty sure I've read it, the first, couple of chapters already before, because it, is really familiar to me, but I don't remember, anything of it, so I'm reading it again. And I'm pretty sure I'm up to the point where I stopped reading last time anyway. So there's that. Now I'm going to be doing some, computer, admin work, sorting my files, updating my Goodreads, posting on Instagram, that kind of thing. It's Thursday, and yesterday I didn't film very much, even though I said I would. I wrote several book reviews, and then I also wrote a blog post on the book that I finished reading. I finished reading Unknown Threat, like I told you, and I wrote the book review blog post for that and posted it everywhere. So that took an hour. I had dinner, I called my grandparents. I went to Trader Joe's, which I forgot to film, which I probably should have. But I went to Trader Joe's with my mom. Well, I didn't buy much because it was closing. And so we kind of ran in and ran out because she needed to grab some things. But I did go with her for that. Today is a jury day again, and I really want to make today productive because I really haven't been, as you've seen. I also don't know if I'm going to actually post this vlog because this vlog has been really boring. But so far this morning I've woken up, I've, gotten ready for the day. I've been listening to a podcast. It's the Moms and Murder podcast. I'm on the episode of 2 weeks ago, which is the murder of Paul Gruber, which is a fascinating and kind of wild story. So if you have any podcast recommendations, I'd love to hear them. I listen to a ton of true crime podcasts. Let's see, what are the other ones I listen to? I listen to My Favorite Murder, of course. I listen to Moms and Murder. I listen to Crime After Crime. I listen to Crime Junkie and Serial Killers from Parcast once in a while. Not very often, though. Yesterday while we were in the car, my mom and I started listening to Ologies with Allie Ward. This episode in particular was the nephrology episode, and it was really interesting. We're not done with it yet, but it was very informative, and I learned a lot from it. So yeah, that's your little podcast tangent for this video. Like I said, leave your recommendations down below. I'd love to check them out. Oh, but what I was gonna say was today is a dreary day, and so I'm going to do all the things that make a dreary day feel less dreary and sad. So I'm going to make coffee, make breakfast, fill my diffuser, and put on a playlist of songs that I have. Digestion. It's the afternoon now. I spent most of the morning and the early afternoon editing my video. And then I decided that I should probably get started on some work for today. So I will be working on listening to a lecture and also completing some assignments now. Hello friends, it is Friday afternoon actually. I didn't film anything today. This morning, well actually I didn't film last night either. So yesterday I did a lot of work and then I had dinner and then I had to tutor, which is like my job. I had to tutor for the evening. So I didn't film a ton. This morning I woke up really late. I slept in a lot. And then when I woke up I went driving, and then after I got home I just kind of lounged around downstairs with my family. And now it's here. So I'm going to clean up my room really quick because it is in desperate need of being cleaned. An update I did want to give though is that I did finish Being Toffee last night. It was, even though it looks like a really big book, it's actually not that bad because it's written in poetry, which I didn't expect. There's only like 50 words on each page, so you go through it really quickly. I read that yesterday afternoon as well, I forgot to mention, and I really, really like it. It's like one of my new favorite books. There is a lot of mention of child and domestic abuse and violence, but it's basically the story of a child who was abused by her father. So she runs away from home and then she's trying to like find a new life. Her phone and her backpack get stolen. She's living in a little shed that is like attached to a house that she thinks is abandoned, but it's actually not abandoned. It has this old lady who has dementia living in it. And then soon she realizes that, and then she goes in and the old lady thinks that she's somebody else. It basically chronicles her trying to figure out who she is to this lady. Basically her story of helping both of them survive. And it's just so well written. I highly recommend Being Toffee. Obviously be aware of the content and like the trigger warnings. Out of the list that I had at the start of the week, I still have to read A Curse So Dark and Lonely and Woven in Moonlight. And listen to the audiobook. I didn't really get a chance to listen to the audiobook very much. So I have today and I have tomorrow, and then I move back on Sunday. So I have two days, so hopefully I can get those two, at least the 2 physical books done. Because if I can get both of those done, I'll be very happy. Alright, so that's my update for today. Hello, it is midnight. I didn't do a ton this afternoon. I got a little bit of work done. I wrote a blog post and the review for Being Toffee. And then I worked on all of the links for that. And then I went driving to pick up my brother. Came home, we had dinner, we played Ticket to Ride. I got last place. I've also been reading A Curse So Dark and Lonely by Bridget Kemmerer. I'm about a quarter of the way through. I really like it so far. It's very good. I'm going to head to bed tonight, so I will talk to you tomorrow. Good morning. It's Saturday. So far this morning, I've washed my hair, I've eaten breakfast, and I've put a load of laundry in the washing machine. Today I'm going to be doing a lot of miscellaneous tasks that I haven't gotten to yet this week, such as swapping out my winter and summer clothes. So that's what we're going to be doing today. But for now, I am going to write the Goodreads review for A Curse So Dark and Lonely because I finished that last night. It took me until like 4 in the morning to finish it, but I did finish it. I really, really liked it. It was not what I expected. Well, it was mostly what I expected. I knew it was Beauty and the Beast retelling, but it did not have a talking horse. I don't know where I came up with that. It was really good. I would probably give it 4 out of 5 stars. I would definitely read the next book in the series. Oh, the other thing I need to do is sort the photos in my phone and in my computer so that I have more space because my computer and phone are constantly low on storage. So that's the other thing I'm going to be doing for today. Hello there. I am editing this video. It is quite a while later. In fact, it is the end of May, and I realized that I never filmed like a a conclusion to that video. So basically that was my week of reading. I ended up finishing all of the books except Woven in Midnight and the audiobook. The audiobook I never really finished, but I did finish Woven in Midnight the next week. I just like kind of read that over my week at school. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this vlog. It turned out much longer than I expected. It was also my first time editing this big of a project, so hopefully it turns out okay. We'll see. But yeah, I am on summer break now, and I am hoping to post once every other week. That may or may not work out, but that is my goal, so stick around if you want to watch some more videos. Also, if you enjoy reading vlogs, definitely leave a comment and let me know, because I do want to make more reading vlogs, but also I don't really have like a set TBR, so like I always feel unqualified to make reading vlogs. So let me know. With that, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.